Hi everyone, and welcome to my 5-month bump update with baby number 2. Welcome to my channel. My guest star today is my sweet doggy Lucy. Up, up. Come here Lucy, come here. Up, up. Lucy, up, up. See her tail back there? That's Lucy. Lucy, look, look. Lucy, look. My Vols sweatshirt. Vol for life. Today is a big update. It is our 5-month update. I can't believe we're 5 months pregnant with our second baby. The last time I'll ever be 5 months pregnant, Lord willing. And there's a lot of heavy things this month I wasn't expecting. So to start us off, this is 17, 18, 19, and 20 week update. Week 17 started strong with something that I thought was sciatic pain, sciatic nerve pain, and it was just bothering like the sides of my tailbone, not my actual tailbone, and it would just shoot down my back of my leg, and I just started to have those pains at 17 weeks along and didn't know what that was. I did not have that with Connor really at all. And so that was really frustrating and confusing. And so I just kind of ignored it, and it wasn't that bad. I said, okay, like, no big deal. And then week 18 hit, week 19 hit, and I can't move. So it is just the most debilitating pain where I just literally can't sit on the floor. I can't chase after Connor. I physically can't. And like I have such severe pain in my pelvis, it's like my bones, and I don't know why. And I'm only, 17, 19 weeks pregnant. That's insane. Like the baby's not even big yet. So I talked to my doctor at the 20-week appointment, and he said where I'm experiencing pain is not sciatic pain, it's like lumbar, thoracic something. So he just gave stretches to help alleviate the pain, which I guess they help me, stretching. And, of course, the solution is delivery. So I know that. So once I have the baby, all will be well and it'll be back to normal. Which is fine. I can manage. It's already gotten a little better. I've learned some tips and tricks of how to move, how not to move, and all that fun stuff. At week 18, Cody, my husband, felt baby move for the very first time. It was just like how my first son's pregnancy was at week 18. Cody felt it, and it's just like slight, very gentle kicks, and he could feel it for the first time. So that was really special. Also, week 19 was really monumental for this pregnancy for me. For some reason, it was also the week where I popped, like my stomach just popped. And for Connor's pregnancy, that happened at week 22. So it was pretty close. But it was pretty clear that I'm pregnant at that point. Like, anyone could know. My stomach's popped out. I can't suck it in. Like, stomach's not flat, even when I woke up in the morning. And also, 19 weeks marked the stronger fetal movement. So instead of feeling him at night when I would lay down in bed, I felt him standing, sitting. I felt him at all points in the day, and that was super exciting, and his movements got so much stronger, and it was like, man, he is there and he is fighting. Do you want to get out, Lucy? I think she wants to get out. So at our 20-week anatomy scan, which we were very excited for, it was on leap day, we found out that baby weighs 11 ounces and Connor weighed 12 ounces at our anatomy scan. Our anatomy scan was at 19 weeks and 6 days. Connor's anatomy scan was at 20 weeks and 1 day. So that might have made up for that 1 ounce, possibly. Or they're just right on track. So he looked great. He's measuring right on track, healthy. I've gained a total of 13 pounds, or technically I think 12 and a half. And that's exactly where I was at this point in Connor's pregnancy at the anatomy scan. So that's right along track. And I noticed the discrepancy where with the weight gain with Connor's pregnancy, and hopefully not this one, was for Connor, weeks 20 to 30, my weight gain skyrocketed. And my goal is for this pregnancy, because my goal for this pregnancy is to not have that happen. So I'm very focused these next 10 weeks to have steady, slow weight gain for my sake and baby's sake. And with Connor, I don't know what really happened, but it just I mean, it was like 3 pounds a week. And that's just insane, and I don't even know what I had done wrong. But with Connor's pregnancy, I started off at a certain weight and dropped 6 pounds from morning sickness, and went from -6 pounds to 13 pounds from like between like week 8, see, maybe it's week 7 and week 20, and that was a lot. And this one I never dropped, but I think only like 2 pounds starting out, and then now I'm only up 13. So I'm kind of, and it has been very steady along the way. It wasn't all at once. With Connor's, I went from -6 to up 13 pounds around weeks, I think it was right around from like 15 weeks to 20, maybe even. I might be exaggerating, but it was very quick. So I just gained a ton of weight for like all my weight for Connor super quick, and all in the second trimester. And this one has been spread out evenly, and that has been seemingly helpful for my body. And I also started this pregnancy, as you may know, 15 to 17 pounds lighter than I did Connor's pregnancy. So I just been trying to do better for myself. Back to my anatomy scan. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to get right into it as quickly as possible. So our 12-week ultrasound and 16-week ultrasound showed baby boy number 2 not having clubbed feet, which follows Cody's family trend. It's what we were expecting. At 12 weeks, his knees, ankles, and feet were all touching, and that is a very good sign because club feet can't do that. And they were just in a pike position, and if they were clubbed, they would be like hold on, like this, if you can imagine. Like, they can't go pike because of the ankles and the bottoms of the feet. And at the 16-week appointment, we watched baby move and got picture proof. Baby's feet, both feet, were straight as an arrow. Straight as an arrow. I mean, I have a picture. I showed it at the last video. So fast forward to the anatomy scan, we get down to the feet, and they're very clubbed. Like, they look like they were holding hands. His feet look like this instead of like this. They look like this. There was no denying it. It was not the ultrasound text diagnosis. It was literally, oh boy. Like, me and Cody know enough to know those are clubbed feet. And we were devastated. I mean, we've done this before, but we were shown by baby that this was not the case for us, and we would have a baby with normal feet. And then this to happen, we don't even know what to do with ourselves. It's like, how is this possible? Literally, like, his feet were normal 4 weeks before, completely normal, and then they turned clubbed. Which, if you don't know, clubbed feet occurs at 9 weeks gestation. This was at 20 weeks. It is literally impossible. So our doctor was very concerned, and he didn't know what to think of it. The club feet doesn't develop halfway through pregnancy. That's just not a thing. So he didn't know what to say. He just said, I don't know, because he saw the scan. He saw the pictures from last time. He'd already written in our chart, no club feet. And with our first son, Connor, at our 16-week scan, it was very clear he had club feet, or one of his feet were clubbed. And we knew, and his anatomy scan just confirmed it. And this time, it was just so, it's impossible. So my doctor was very concerned. He's going to consult with our clubfoot doctors, as we did too. We followed up, and we just texted them with the ultrasound pictures from a month ago to now, told them what was going on, and they said, they agree, it looked completely straight before, doesn't now, and it is impossible for that to happen. So what's the conclusion from that? I would love to know. I don't know. God, turn them. Maybe if you're not careful and don't watch your babies closely, their feet go whoppy jaw. I don't know. Like, I have no clue. Maybe that means God will turn them back normal in here in a few weeks. I have no idea. The ultrasound tech was not interested at looking closely at them, because we've shared that, Connor has a skew foot, which means it looks clubbed but can go back to normal. on his right foot, and maybe baby's feet both are skewed, and that would make sense where they were normal, now they're not, and then they can be normal back and forth because they can move, and where club feet can't. And she just didn't care. My OBGYN doesn't know what that is. It's very rare, and that wasn't entertained. He just said in 10 weeks we'll come back and get a rescan, because also, if you didn't know, Connor was breech until 36 weeks long, and this baby is following the same trend. So he's also sitting on his feet, which is very, very difficult to get a look at, because it's like, is he sitting on his feet where they're being forced turned in? Because a normal foot can look clubbed, especially on ultrasound, if he's sitting on it or it's being pushed against a structure like the side of the uterus or the placenta. So that's another option, idea, even though that's unlikely, because I mean, we saw him move with them stuck in that position. So, I don't know. So we were distraught. I mean, we did not know what to do with ourselves. Terrible appointment, terrible feeling. It's like my oldest son all over. It's like deja vu 2 years later, literally. So we got home, had to retract all of our news from our family, get the terrible comments from so many people like, it's not a big deal, no big deal, it's at least you've done it before, it's all God's plan. And that's just not what you want to say to someone. Like, don't say that to people. If you got someone with personality types like me or my husband, don't say that to people. That is not comforting. Yes, I do realize baby is alive, baby is healthy, baby doesn't have something as serious like Down syndrome, spina bifida, anything like crazy like that. This is fixable, this is club feet. But you are minimizing someone's experience by saying this is no big deal. Because the extensiveness of this treatment is, you've seen little clips of it from Connor's journey. It is quite extensive for baby and for me. And if you could just hear the screams from a 2-week-old newborn as their foot is slowly being broken every single week, and you watch a video of his screams of just sheer terror, then you can tell me it's no big deal and you're entitled to your opinion. Unless you've walked my footsteps and my son's footsteps, you have no right to diminish anyone's experience or anyone's challenges. And that's how I feel about that. So we got all those comments, of course, regardless of how we've explained what I just did, which is the worst thing ever. I haven't even told everyone yet, and I have to, because this is just part of our journey. And, you know, God obviously thought Connor needed a clubfoot buddy, and here we are. So, Connor and the second baby will be identical in every way. I just cannot believe it. I will never get a normal newborn experience where you hold them so tiny, where you can give them a bath anytime you want, where they could sit in any rocker, any swing, in their own car seat. My back will be forever broken holding the kid with the brace 23 hours a day for 6 months, hearing those newborn screams, the sleepless nights of the casts hurting the baby's feet, where Tylenol does nothing, the crying non-stop for 13 weeks during those casts, the week that they call Hell Week, the first week in the brace, the blisters, the swelling, the clothes he can't wear, the sleep sacks, so many activities. We can't go outside, you can't get sweaty, you can't take a bath. We go through that all over again. And everyone is right with their insensitive comments. We have done this before. So we'll be doing things differently this time around, having more confidence going into this, pushing the boundaries, and standing for what we feel is right for our son. There is many small things done for our first son that I don't feel was right. So at least we can go into this with a stronger game plan and a better outcome, because our son has had many issues with his club feet. So we were devastated, had to tell family, don't even know what to say, because it's impossible, and realizing we can't wait 10 weeks to figure out what the heck's going on. So me and my husband booked a private 4D ultrasound scan with a local place, non-medical, because we know what we're looking for. We've done this enough. And, you know, if you don't know, my husband has club feet, both feet. My father-in-law has club feet, both feet. So I know what to look for. We both know. So we went to this private scan. The ultrasound tech was the first human I've ever met that cared, was actually human. She had so much empathy for us and just supported us and let us look at our baby for a very long time, because the key was to make sure if we could just see his legs moving. If his feet go straight at any point, that answered our question. They're not clubbed, they're skewed, because there's definitely something wrong with both, no matter what. And skew feet is treated completely different than club feet. So the best we could hope for was skew feet. And we watched that little precious baby for a very long time. And that little left foot never ever moved from here. Instead of like this. It just completely turned in like that. So that foot is pretty 98% clubbed. And his right foot looked clubbed, but would stretch out completely straight and normal when we would watch him move many, many times during that chunk of time for us. So his right foot is skewed. So with our first son, he has a left club foot, right foot skewed. This baby is the exact case. Even when we did the 4D look of his face, just because we were there, he looked exactly like our first son, Connor. Chin dimple, side profile, everything. And it literally is, I'm doing this all over again. And my poor baby has to experience this. I mean, we just left so grateful for that place and just in awe, but at least we have answers. And there is still a possibility his left foot could be skewed and not clubbed, because he is still breech, and it might have been pushed the whole time because he didn't move a ton, but it's pretty sure it's not. It's clubbed. So now it's just going through the levels of grief, coming to terms with this, and going full circle to realize whatever it is saying that this is not a big deal and baby is healthy. It just takes a long time as the parent to rationalize when something is wrong with your child. That, you have to put into perspective, how you feel and what the situation is, and validate what's going on and take a step back and look at it too and understand it's going to be okay and it isn't a big deal. But that is where we're at. Did not want to be making this update. Same I did for Connor. And I just never dreamed this would be it, because we had two proofs before. With Connor we had none. And it's impossible. So we'll never know the reason behind why his feet were both straight last month. We'll never understand. God chose our second baby to be a boy because Connor needed a brother. God chose this baby to have club feet because Connor needed a clubfoot buddy. That's the best we can conclude. And that's our reality. So I'll be showing more in detail of how we take the cast off. Also, the doctors make us take the cast off, soaking baby in vinegar baths every single week. 3 hours taking cast off every week with the newborn screaming cold. And us clawing at this cement of a cast because they don't cut it off there. So I'll be showing more in depth about that filming, and same for the cast put on each week and how much it hurts the baby. So you'll be right along with me to see more in detail what it's like to go through this, because I will not be going through this alone. And that's what I've concluded. And this time we'll also be having more help with post-birth, because I drowned with Connor, absolutely drowned in motherhood and everything clubfoot, and doing that again this time with a toddler, and he starts preschool in the fall, is not going to be difficult. It will quite literally be impossible with 2 special needs children, and one really at the time. And I use special needs lightly, but it's something that the baby has that is very specific, very special and different, and requires a lot of help and attention. So yeah, that's that. I don't wish it upon anyone. If you have a diagnosis, I hope my videos help. But my husband has it, and I see the lifelong implications of club feet, and also the devastation of this whole thing is, since this is genetic and this obviously is very prevalent, and my husband's side of the family has no girls, quite literally. My two sons now, not just Connor, both of my sons will also have sons with club feet too. So I'll have 4 grandsons, possibly with club feet. It never ends. So that's my reality. It's not just the right now, it's the forever. And they don't care to do research on it because it's no big deal. So it will just never end. And club feet will go on forever in my family's history, or I guess technically my husband's family's history. And I'll get to help my daughter-in-laws with their little boys, and hope to God the treatment's better then. So I'm signing off, and I hope this next month is much better. Thanks for sticking around and hearing me vent, and next month will be much better. We don't have anything coming up specifically. My next appointment's at 24 weeks, and it's just going to be a Doppler, listen to baby, and check my weight, blood pressure. That's it. No ultrasound that week. And we'll have our rescan at 30 weeks. And we have our 4D scan and glucose test scheduled for 28 weeks pregnant. So that will be the next update. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. Sorry it was a down video, but that's reality and that's real life. So thank you guys. Bye. This boy's face. Side profile. For sure a boy. Here are the feet. Left, right, left, right. Here's our 4D pictures. He looks just like Connor. Thumbs up. His little face. 1 week. Baby bump, really 21 weeks. 21 weeks and 1 day today. While filming this, I popped officially at 19 weeks.